They didn't seem surprised to see me, almost as if they had expected me to be waiting for them. But as we started talking, I realized that they weren't just after my identity. They wanted something more. They wanted my life. Welcome to Sussbox. Don't forget to like and hit that subscribe button and join us on this journey into the unknown. My life was never the same after I had that experience. I always considered myself strong and self-aware, but now I'm unsure. Strange things have been happening lately, and it's like I'm no longer in control of my own life. It's like someone else is slowly taking over my identity. At first it was small things. I'd forget where I put my keys, or I'd lose track of time and be late for appointments. But then it got worse. I started to have mood swings, feeling angry and irritable one moment, and then sad and depressed the next. My family and friends noticed the changes too, and they were concerned. They tried to talk to me about it, but I couldn't explain what was happening. I knew I had to investigate to find out what was going on, and that's when I discovered the truth. Someone was stealing my life, assuming my identity, and slowly erasing me from existence. It was a sinister plot, and I was the target. I started to see glimpses of this other person, as if they were watching me from the shadows. I'd catch a glimpse of them in a reflection or hear their footsteps behind me, but when I turned around, there was no one there. I tried to confront them, but they were always one step ahead of me. They had infiltrated every aspect of my life, from my job to my relationships. They had been studying me for years, waiting for the right moment to strike. I became obsessed with uncovering their identity, but every lead I followed ended in a dead end. It was like they were a ghost, a figment of my imagination. But I knew they were real, and I knew they were coming for me. The more I dug, the more I realized just how deep the plot went. They had created a fake identity for themselves, using my name and my personal information. They had taken over my social media accounts, posting pictures and updates as if they were me. They had even changed my appearance, dyeing their hair to match mine, and wearing clothes similar to mine. I was trapped in a nightmare, and there seemed to be no way out. My trust was shaken, and I didn't know whom to turn to. My family and friends didn't believe me, and the authorities thought I was crazy. My head felt like it was spinning out of control, and I knew that if I didn't do something soon, I would lose my identity too. So I decided to go alone, to deal with the situation myself. As I set a trap for the identity thief, I knew I was taking a big risk. I had no idea what this person could do, and I was afraid they might harm me somehow. But I was desperate to regain control of my life and dedicated to the cause no matter how difficult. I lured them to a secluded area of the park, and as they approached, I could see the satisfaction in their eyes. They didn't seem surprised to see me, almost as if they had expected me to be waiting for them. But as we started talking, I realized that they weren't just after my identity. They wanted something more. They wanted my life. They studied me for months, learning everything about me, from my habits to my relationships. They even managed to infiltrate my inner circle, becoming friends with people I trusted, intending to completely take over my life. I was terrified, but I refused to give in. I stood my ground, determined to stop them once and for all. But then, everything went dark. As I opened my eyes, I found myself surrounded by nurses and doctors, lying in a hospital bed. They told me I had been in a coma for weeks, and that I had been found in the park, beaten and unconscious. I realized the truth as I tried to piece together what had happened. The identity thief had won. They had managed to take over my life, leaving me trapped in a nightmare from which there was no escape. I was devastated. My life had been stolen from me, and getting it back was beyond my comprehension. The authorities were still searching for the thief, but I knew it was too late. My family and friends tried to support me, but it was useless. I was a shell of my former self, a victim of a twisted game I could not win. And so I retreated into myself, living out the rest of my days in a haze of pain and regret. I had lost everything: my identity, my life, and my sanity. All that remained was the memory of the person I used to be, a fading shadow of a life stolen from me. Thank you for watching another Sus story with us. What did you find the scariest about the identity thief? Let us know in the comments below. If you have enjoyed this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more sus tales. Until next time, or not.